moving on, we will be doing JoGriiiiiim versus Requiem. That should be fun. All of these so far so good. What a wonderful tournament to be a part of, and this is exciting. Now, let's see. Do we have our team matchups available, or if we need to wait a bit, that's totally fine. But yeah. Yeah,
okay.
let's wait a bit.
Well,
but yeah, looks like we have JoGriiiiiim. That's going to be Despairba, Crab Ragoon, Ansa, and Busa as the sub, although
I think they might be playing Busa.
Really?
They might be playing Busa.
Wow.
And then who do we have on the other side?
It was versus, who was it versus again? JoGriiiiiim versus Requiem. That's going to be Alexandri on the Deadeye, DV McQueen on the Awakening Witch, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure, yeah, DV McQueen was the Deadeye Masterclass winner, but he's now on Awakening Witch. And then we have Landjock on the Awakening Sage as well. So that's going to be a very interesting team comp. The Awakening Witch, from what I've noticed throughout these preliminary brackets, that class does a lot of damage.
It does a lot of
damage. It does so much damage. You'll see like the Witch TP first and then start using like the Lightning AoE skill on the side. And it does so much damage that no one even wants to challenge or attempt to grab it. Because like if you get CC'd in that, boom, just
and
gone.
I believe it's K-Ray as well in the Awakening Witch, if I'm not mistaken. Checking.
Who?
Is it K-Ray on the Awakening Witch, or who do we have?
Let me see.
Forgetting the exact matchups. But that is the thing about Awakening Witch. We did have K-Ray playing in the tournament, who I know is a really strong Witch player.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that I actually am pretty afraid of fighting Awakening Witch even as a short sword.
Same.
Because you have a lot of cooldowns to get a pressure out, and then you have to go for the grab right there.
And then you're getting slowed in the process.
Yeah, but the thing is, we do have a Valkyrie on the other side, so that'll just provide like a lot of save potential, potentially with those SA heals, the PA, help your teammates get up. But I don't know how much that's going to do into this team. This team has just so much raw damage. I think if
they might poke out the Valk.
Well, it's not even just that. If you try to wait for the Valk SA heal to come in, or any of this kind of peel potential with the PA, I think you're just going to die before it connects.
Yeah, potentially.
So we'll see. Let's take a look at the matchups just to make sure. No, it is going to be DV McQueen on the Awakening Witch. Sorry. So Alexander, DV McQueen, and Landchalk. And DV McQueen, yeah, originally a Witch player, but this is the thing. Alexander and DV McQueen are both actually Deadeye players, and they have both, I believe, also tried Scholar. So a little multi-classing coming out from these two. They've been playing together for a very long time, multiple AOS seasons. They've been teammates and opponents.
I was going to say, you know how much that helps with synergy? Like, you played that class, and then you know exactly how your teammate on that same class is going to play it, which I feel like it showed throughout the tournament how well they played together. Quick thing, it is Busa being subbed in on the Awakening
Awakening Ninja. So we
Ninja.
have an Awakening Ninja in the tournament. I'm so excited. You won't believe how excited I am.
Well, we believe you.
This is the thing. Busa actually was originally, he was hopping around between like
when I met him, he was a warrior.
Yeah, he was a long-time warrior player. A lot of people, you say Hans is the GOAT warrior and all that stuff. Busa was one of the only warriors back then that was able to compete with Hans. And coming into this, he's full rolled. He's on the Ninja now, and he has been hopping out through between a bunch of teams before this tournament started. Not sure who he's going to play with. And he ended up with JoGriiiiiim playing with Despairba and Ansujin. Originally, this third was Forest Hunter, so they had to suck Musa. But now they have an Awakening Ninja, and I think this comp is actually pretty good.
This is a strong comp.
This is comp for
This is beefy, tanky, good catch potential, and just Ninja being thrown out there in the middle of the team comp just makes it... it's going to be tough for Requiem to deal with. But Requiem has a ton of damage, too. They're damage focused, Awakening Sage, Awakening Witch, and Deadeye. So let's just see how this is going to face off. I want to say it. Who do you think this goes to?
I think that this is going to be a close game. I think that this is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I can definitively say who's going to win. We're gonna have to see round one how the gameplay styles are from both teams. But I almost want to say at face value, I'm gonna say JoGriiiiiim.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for JoGriiiiiim as well. And it's not biased because there's a Ninja.
That is biased.
But keep in mind as well, we also do have Landchuck over on Requiem's side. You know, you talk about Divios, you talk about Smite World Champs. This guy is a Fortnite, not a World Champion, but a long-time Fortnite pro, actually. Swapping over to BDO, so a little bit of pro gaming in the BDO scene, you know, with a couple of players. And I'm curious to see what Requiem can do. Landjack does have a lot of PvP experience on that stage. He also is a long-time Ninja player as well, so he's going to know how to counter out Busa and a lot of his gameplay strats that he wants to go for. So I'm curious to see what kind of gameplay we're going to see from him, being the only grab over on Requiem's side. 30 seconds already down to the round. Even McQueen going to be spacing out with that double TP. Despair, bro, just going to be getting his pre-buffs in the middle. We already have Busa popping his E-buff early on the Awakening Ninja. I'd love to see it a little bit later. Despair, bro, popping his buff on the Awakening Valve. Vacuum comes on the middle. Landjack's going to be stuck in the middle bit. You can see a little bit of chip damage. And JoGriiiiiim full stacking. Requiem are just going to disengage. They're not caught out by anything going in with engaging with the Hasi. Even between sitting in the middle, Answer tries to go for the grab. It's going to connect. It's going to be the Witch on the ground. Can they get the follow-up damage? Team's trying to come in. He's actually going to get put on the ground as well. Answer caught off guard. And it looks like Demon McQueen does manage to get her V forced out. So Busa trying to pressure out Landjock right now. Goes for the cutthroat straight into the top. Looking at that Q-Sash, going for a little bit of an SA linger. Tries to grab the end of that SA coming out from Landjock, whether it was just a little bit too late. Dashes forward. Ninja Step goes straight into that blade spin right there. Lingering out is going to be C-Swap. Goes back to his Awakening. He's going to be pressuring him out. Meanwhile, we're over on DB Queen's side. You can see on that Awakening Witch with no V available. Trolls that Q-block behind the pillar, trying to survive where he can. Busa's going to be the one to get the catch, though. Puts him on the floor. It's going to be Landjock caught out. He's doing such a great job at keeping this Awakening Sage from the game. And the ground to boot. Blocked him. He waited out the full take. Full lingered, played the duration. That is class knowledge right there, and that is some peak Ninja gameplay. Seesaws to the free awakening, going for into that smoke screen. Flashing light goes straight into the Q-Side, trying to go for a grab right there, and now a shock relay punish came out from Landjock, which is a little bit too late. Malice went forward, trying to get a punish onto the lightning presence, coming down. Flow straight into that divine executioner, spacing away. You can see the rockets coming out from the Deadeye, and it's going to be a reset scenario. JoGriiiiiim know that they have a lead right here, so there is no reason to play aggressive and try to go for aggressive pressure. It looks like Busa might be put on the ground. I don't know what's going on right there, but Landjock's going to get caught on the side. They did manage to get a CC over on Despairba, and Despairba was forced to V, but Busa, his game, he's doing a little T-pose. You can see that?
I see that.
That's just aura farming right there. He's just aura farming. Alexander is going to be forced to V. It looks like we're going to have a little bit 2v1. A little bit of a 2v1 situation. It looks like he's trying to chip out Busa in the middle of this.
Permanent iframe off to the side?
No, I think he ended up getting disconnecting on that last situation.
At least he disconnected after grabbing that witch and popping it.
Oh, he's still playing. Okay. It seems like he is still playing, so just a little bit of technical difficulties. No worries, though. Alexander, 1v3. This is all but over. JoGriiiiiim did already have the round. They did manage to get a CC over onto Landjock, so good connection onto him, as I was a bit worried about what was going to happen right there. Looks like Alexander did manage to get a CC onto Despairba to force his B, but
I think they're running out of timers.
Yeah, they're just going to run out of timer.
They're probably just stalling to get their buffs back.
You know, this is the important thing is actually that you do want to stall whenever possible, because with an Awakening Valk on your team, you do get access to that PA, you do get access to that SA heal, you do get access to a lot of those tools. But the one thing is that on the other side, you do have Witch.
Yeah.
So Witch with access to Speed Spell, access to Mass TP, which is going to get nerfed in the more upcoming patch from a full iframe to an SA into iframe. But
no
regardless,
more TPing in front of someone's face in iframe, you know.
Yeah, so you have PA, you have Mass TP, you have a lot of long cooldowns on the Witch too, so it's kind of an even trade, I would say. But I'm curious to see, going out into the second round, what are some adjustments that potentially Requiem would maybe want to make to deal with JoGriiiiiim?
Yeah, I was going to say, Busa, kind of the MVP of that match, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
He went in, caused so much disruption, got not one, but two catches. And that second catch, like you said, this was so peak. Like, him going into block jump on the Witch pops Voltaic. He waits out the CC duration before he takes the block jump and then secures that grab afterwards. That is... His brain's wrinkly. His brain is so wrinkly for that one. That is crazy.
Yeah, wrinkly brain.
Yeah.
It's class knowledge, and that is one of the most important things that you can have as a PvP player. It's not just knowing your own class. It's knowing other classes as much as possible, especially on a class like Ninja, a short sword class. You already have so many tools available to you in your kit, but the main thing is that can you actually make use of them? And the best way to do that is by knowing what is your opponent's gaps, what are my actual timings I should use these skills, and not just kind of spamming your skills willy-nilly wherever you can. You know,
playing very intentionally.
Intentional gameplay.
Yeah. Requires reading. Reading your abilities. Requires reading other classes' abilities, and sometimes even playing them a little bit. But when you do that, that's when you guys, if you guys are ever wondering, like, wow, how does someone play at this level and know these things? Unfortunately, you got to put in the time. There's no cheat code to it. There's no spamming mindlessly the same match over and over. You actually have to learn it. And Busa coming out through the gate, showing exactly how much time he's put into the game.
And I'm now going into the next round. What I think Requiem need to try and kind of adjust here to deal with JoGriiiiiim's comp. The main thing is that it's obvious that the Ninja is going to be giving your Sage a lot of pressure. So I think they probably should look at the Ninja a little bit more if possible.
Check them a bit.
Yeah, especially the thing is that you have a Deadeye, and believe it or not, Deadeye into Awakening Ninja, while it might seem like a bad matchup for the Deadeye, is actually pretty good. She has a decent amount of hit excel, a lot of abilities that she can spam in terms of chip damage, and the Ninja will be pressured to keep burning through his stamina bar as he's chasing and dealing with two players on him rather than one. And while you're doing all of this, you can definitely sit and rotate around your Awakening Witch so that she's just not not left on an island. It does seem a little bit like they're kind of leaving Divi McQueen out to dry. They're not playing around her too much. And the big thing is that they're playing these corners and these walls. I actually think it's better if they decide to play in the midfield. The Witch can definitely have a lot more AoE, a lot more potential to hit people.
Well, we saw when the Witch was in the corner of the wall, that's when Busa came out and cornered him.
That's the thing, is that you can get caught off guard sitting in those corners.
There's only one direction you're going to TP usually, and that's going to be away from the wall.
It's very easy to follow. If the Witch manages to play the midfield, she definitely has a lot more room to TP around. Now, it does mean that her frontal guards are going to be more vulnerable, but that's where like you can definitely use your TP maneuverability, get behind some pillar at that point, and try to maybe potentially even rely on your mass TP to stall out the round just a little bit, get you to that minute mark, and then from there your damage is going to be so lethal because everyone's HP is already at 50%. So that's maybe some adjustments they could make. We'll have to see. I believe we are soon enough ready to go back into the game. Okay, so we still need a minute or two. In the time being, chat, any votes that you guys are looking for? Who do you think you guys' favorite for this match are? JoGriiiiiim already leading 1-0. I think I'm going to be going with JoGriiiiim.
So now you vote. I voted JoGriiiiiim right off the bat.
Okay, well, listen, I said JoGriiiiiim as well. Okay, listen, because as a ninja fan, I got to vote for him.
Copycat.
But I will say, I think that on JoGriiiiim's side, there is the possibility of them, if they lose this next round due to like damage chip and everything, Requiem could figure out the solution to beat them. I think if JoGriiiiiim wins this round, though, it's probably a 3-0.
Yep, absolutely. Like we said, best of 5. So there are moments of opportunity where you can adjust and adapt to your enemy's play style. So we are gonna have to see how that plays out. Yeah, if they're able to deal with the Awakening Ninja.
It's tough to deal with Awakening Ninja, man.
I know.
It's tough.
I know.
The thing is that the EU Ninjas, I was watching that tournament, not as hard to deal with. You know, they definitely had a lot of C-swaps in there. But here on the NA side, we don't C-swap here. We are gapless. And you can actually pay attention. You're going to notice over on Boosta's gameplay, there is no FG's icons popping up. You're not going to see it. So I don't know how you're really supposed to
be fair, I don't see any icons pop up.
Okay, well, all right. But
I did see transition stance, I'm pretty sure.
You
like
did.
Once or twice there.
There's a lot of transition
that's
stances. No. I mean, you don't really like pop it down or anything.
Yeah.
We'll see. But we're about to get ready to go in the game.
So JoGriiiiiim.
So we're gonna get ready for that. Once again, if you guys have any predictions or anything, we are running predictions throughout the entire stream. So if you guys want to bet points on the games and the winners, feel free to. We are gonna have the score line once again say 0-0 here for JoGriiiiiim versus Requiem, but JoGriiiiiim is winning 1-0.
Absolutely.
So keep that in mind. And all right,
here we go.
Let's get it underway. Match starting off. Looks like everyone's just content with playing this out right here. This is just leaning his essays over behind that pillar. Landjock can be sitting over on the side as well. He's been going his pre-awakening iframe, just going for his essay where he can. Going for a little bit of a flow over on the side. Q-Sash came out from Busa. Almost ended up punishing out Landjock, but he is going to be an FG, so no connection. They're going to get connection on to Divi McQueen. Over on the side is going to be forced out to V. Landjock trying to come in with a grab heal, connecting on Liger, or sorry, onto Ansu Jin, but was just a bit far off, so did not manage to connect against that wall. Busa lingering essay in the middle. You can see the Deadeye doing a damage pressure where they can, but Divi McQueen on this awakening witch, she's doing her best to survive, but it's so hard with the Sam sitting there, the Grave Sundering for the KD to connect, and actually they might be thinking of just stand up here 2%. No, Busa with the final Katana Shower, tick of damage is going to be there for the fall. Great Impaling Flash. Did it connect onto the Seraph? No, it didn't. Coming down, Landjock once again put into a dire situation next to Alexander. They have to make a play happen. And this Ninja is just pressuring them. It's so hard to catch him using the CSD into the Q/. God, he is playing his movement so efficiently. C-swaps back into that 6-meter block trip. Is going to be looking for a grab and pressuring out Landjock. Landjock uses Divine Execution to disengage away. Looks like he needs a little bit of stamina. And Alexander's caught in the middle of 3, but he's going to be fine. He's not going to get CC'd or anything. Just in a bit of a precarious position, burning a lot of stamina, taking a little bit of chip damage. We're going into that flashing light. Once again, Q/. Divine Execution comes out. Landjock trace away. Comes out for Divine Execution. Try to go for a grab right there over on the Ansu Jin, but onto Despair, but did not manage to connect. Ansu Jin backing up, just going for his buffs where he can. Drastic Measure is going to be Drastic Measure core over on Booster's side, as that is the best core skill that you can run on Awakening Ninja. Gives you an SAKD to connect into Divi McQueen. You see the poor lifeless body sitting out there saying, guys, I'm trying to help. Grab comes out. Oh, wait, did they actually connect onto Despair? No, he didn't. Great. It looks like Enslar came out and he used it as an iframe to dodge the grab coming out from Landjock. So Landjock, despite the Impaling Flash and the grab connection, great timing and great awareness from the Valkyrie to avoid 1 minute 50% HP timers kicking in. Coming down, Ghost Greeting into the Shadow Zombies to connect on Landjock. No, be available. It's a Deadeye against 3, and I think it might be 2-0, but this match is looking all but over for Requiem.
Absolutely, yep. As you said, Armin, in this situation, if it would have gone 1-1, there was a slight chance Requiem could have brought this back, but it just looks like the JoGriiiiim. Wait, these are the right names, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay, my bad. I don't know why I thought they were different. Yeah, it does look like for JoGriiiiim, they're having a strong showing. Busa just doing a wonderful job with the disruption, and yeah, I fear this is going to be a clean sweep, but let's go ahead and see. There's we're just going to stall out cooldowns right here. Deadeye just trying to get a catch. Actually trading pretty well, but yeah, they're going to focus him down. 10% HP running around the map, 10%, 5%, and he is out of the match. Again, it's going to say 1-0 on the screen, but it's actually 2-0 with JoGriiiiim having 2 points.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. 2-0 for JoGriiiiim right now. And match point. Is this going to be it? Or can Requiem strike off a reverse sweep? You know, when we were doing the Masterclass tournament, we did see some reverse sweeps happen, but that already enough was pretty rare. I have never, and I mean never, in history of our 3v3 tournaments, seen a reverse sweep. I don't think we've ever seen one. So, by the way, we did have
a disconnection over from Busa's side, so we are going
to
we are going to get things situated here.
A little unfortunate, you know, it's the Ninja internet connection. It's just too laggy, bro. Keep it everywhere. Keep it everywhere. Okay, jokes aside though, what should we talk about? What do we got going on? We gotta buy a little bit of time.
Well, yeah.
Chat, how you guys doing?
How
you guys
doing?
enjoy the EU stream? We got you guys pulled up on our phones here, so we could read your guys' messages. Hope you guys are doing great. Who's excited for the next season of AOS? You excited?
Yeah, of course. I'm always excited for some PvP.
I'm always excited for some PvP.
And with some Awakening DK changes coming through, I'm really excited to see how that's gonna play out.
Those did look crazy, actually. Yeah,
so,
you lost the CC on Seeds, I believe. But you
that one.
SA
that one. God, that one. But
dude,
you know,
I think I feel bad. Not a single Suck Ninja buff. Oh my god, man. I'm in pain, man.
I don't feel bad for you. You played DP Ninja and PvP 100.
Okay, listen, man. Speaking of PvP 100, I got a little surprise for you guys later. But regardless, listen, man. The thing is that I did play DP in that tournament, but I blame you and Frosty for not trying at all to hype up my matches, man. You guys were like oh, this guy's playing DP.
Because you sat in stealth. What is there to cast?
Bro, a win is a win, though. You gotta at least glaze.
This guy said, "How are you not casting with more energy when he's sitting in stealth for a minute and a half?"
Listen, man. You gotta do your best.
This is the craziest gaslight of all time. He's like, "Wow, I didn't play the game. How come you weren't hyped up for that?"
You gotta do your best, man. But I will say, I am excited for the new season of AOS. A lot of exciting changes. If you guys are interested in playing it out, it's gonna be coming out, I believe, on next week's maintenance. So a lot of you are going to be playing it.
Tentatively, so yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be hopping in. A lot of streams are going to be going on. And the biggest thing is that there's going to be reward changes. We have a new tier coming out. So Solaire Incarnate is only for top 30, so there's a lot more competition. That also means that those rewards that are locked behind Solaire Incarnate, a lot more competition for those because they actually give out a lot of pay. That is going to be exciting. We have other things coming out, like obviously the balance changes. And this is the big thing. I'm excited because we're going to get balance changes throughout a couple of weeks of AOS. So if you guys are looking to submit feedback, now is your time. Go post those on the forums. I'm excited to see those. What kind of crazy... I always tell people, make sure you are posting your feedback on the forums. We do look, and there have been changes that you've seen go through that happened because of forum posts. So feel free to always go to our website, go to the feedback forums, and submit how you feel about the patch. I'm excited for those. And,
but
it's going to be a fun week, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was looking at the DK changes at, Seed changed to Stiff. It was changed to Forward Guard as well, so you can't use it as aggressively, in a 1v1 up close. But the Seed damage boost on Seeded Catastrophe, Shattering Darkness was very high. Spirit Blaze Foe being changed to Super Armor.
You know who I think came out on top on that patch, by the way? Awakening Ranger. Actually, I think that class is going to be crazy. I'm excited to see.
You're always coming up big somehow.
I mean, well, I don't know. It's been a decent amount of patches where that class is.
Did you know Lemuria plays Awakening Ranger? I don't know. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Did you guys know Lemuria played Ranger?
Yeah,
He tells me all the time. Yeah, I'm a Ranger player.
You know, there's some people in the stream probably just don't understand that that's a 7-year-old meme that's just been resurfacing.
Chad, how's my volume and audio? Are we sounding good? Or are we a little too quiet?
I think someone said quiet, but that's probably because you're not shoutcasting
well,
right
I
now.
mean, like maybe.
Maybe.
That is kind of true. That is kind of true. But yeah, I think Awakening Ranger came out a lot pretty on top for that patch. I'm actually thinking about trying her out. I'm not gonna lie. Awake Ninja did get some
slight. You
some
get some slight nerfs, and he's like, "Oh,
listen, man. The thing is,
not OP anymore. Let me re-roll off."
The thing is that I have committed and I have decided. I played a weak class, feeble class like Suck Ninja for 70 years. I want to play some meta for once, all right?
Aren't you playing Awakening Ninja?
I'm going to roll Fought. Well, that's why I rolled to him, because he's fought him. I didn't play Awake Ninja because he's Ninja. I rolled to him because he's fought him. So now I'm like, you know, I think Awake Ranger could be the hidden kind of dark horse no one plays. It's not a popular class. You know, it's not that popular of a class.
Have you no class loyalty?
No, not at all.
Oh. Okay, well, that was easy.
No. I mean, like, class loyalty is cool and all, but dude, I've been playing the game for so long. Look at Vert. Vert, like, he's played so many classes at this point. He was originally a May. He always says, if they buff Awake May, I'll go back. But now I'm like,
he's on Kuno.
Is he though?
But Vert's always been the reroller. You know, like he's always been the avatar of classes. You know, the avatar of BDO.
Yeah.
So I expect it.
The avatar.
Yeah, he's the avatar of
like
BDO.
all the elements.
Yeah.
You hear about that movie, the new one that's coming out soon?
Yeah.
I heard it got like leaked and stuff. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the topic I had. The matchup. I believe we are getting.
I forgot. Yeah. What are we still in the Busa versus DV McQueen match?
We are 2-0, potentially round left to go. I think we're
because Busa is just getting his gaming chair set up or something in the background.
I think we're almost ready to go in though, and I believe it is going to be 2-0. So even though the score says 0-0, it's only 1 point needed for JoGriiiiiim.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what that name stands for, by the way.
Neither do I, but they also had another team just called JoGriiiiiim with a different sort of spelling. But that was like a different group of individuals. But yeah, should be going in here soon. Again, it's going to be 0-0 on screen, but it is 2-0 with JoGriiiiiim having 2 points to start things off.
Can we take a quick look at the matchup again just before we start production over on the backside, so we can see what the classes and everything are. So we're going to need a quick little 30 seconds for that, it seems like. And predictions again, I think 3-0.
It's definitely JoGriiiiiim.
Yeah. You know, you can come in here, but to be honest, Awake Witch, not the most meta class.
No, it's like really tough because we're seeing it right now. Like when you're in a team composition, fighting against a team comp that's able to focus the witch and pick them off in the fight, then you lose out on that huge source of damage. Definitely think this was just one of those draft moments where you end up fighting that one team that can do very well against you with high tier players. But even if it was put off a bit, they still would have probably have to fight JoGriiiiiim at some point. So yeah, JoGriiiiiim just really showing that the Seraph, I believe Seraph Warrior and Awakening Ninja comp is just I wouldn't want to fight that.
That is pretty tough.
I would not want to fight that. But looks like things are ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go into the match again. It's going to say but it's actually 2 points for JoGriiiiiim starting things off versus Requiem with 0. Let's see if JoGriiiiiim can pull off this win. Let's see. We're going to head out inside the gate. We're going to sit here. There's going to be Lightning Prism from the Sage. Looks like we're going to look for a potential pick off to the side from Ansa.
All right, and I'm curious what kind of strategy, what kind of adjustment Requiem is going to use.
They've had extra time to think about it.
Yeah, it seems like they're playing a lot more clumped up now. And JoGriiiiiim, you know, this is the thing about tourney. You might be so used to holding W key on people in AOS. You might be so used to just going full aggression. But that is not proper PvP. That is not competitive level PvP. In competitive level PvP, these guys want to get resets. These guys want to play slow. These guys want to look for certain timing, try to bait out certain skills, get cooldowns out, maybe get stamina out. That's why these matchups can be a little bit slow at times. And Booster's trying to go for a pre-grab right there. It might look like he's chucked into the air, but he's trying to preemptively grab. In case the Sage's WQ input, his little flow interrogation, I believe it is, coming down and landing, it is grabbable, but you have to preemptively grab. And speaking of preemptively grabbing, preemptive damage, Alexander preemptively being forced out. Grab comes up from Landjock. Babusa is already getting his block, trying to go for a counter grab, did not manage to connect. Goes in with Murderous Intent. Oh my god, the mocking this one. He took so much damage during that Chaos Spree. Busa down to 30%. It looks like they want to take this as an advantage to try and chip out Busa. Alexander already sitting on top of his head, but he has no V available. He's going to have to back away with 40%, and he's going to be forced out, and he's going to get a connection over on Demon McQueen at the same exact time, so that's probably why they're going to go for the full rush on Busa, because the Seraph ended up getting a CC onto the Witch. So Awakening Witch now with no V. Landrak the only one with V available. No V's popped out on JoGriiiiiim side. Busa's going to be slowly healing his HP back, especially with Ansujin and Despairbar right behind him, but Ansujin is going to be chipped out as well, down to 10%. He's going to try to get back to the Valk, but he's taking a lot of chip damage to the Valk. There's a heal's going to be popped out from him. You see on the HP bars on the left-hand side, that is what I'm looking at. You can see them moving up and down, and he ended up going from 10% down to up to 40%. That is going to signify that Despairbar on that Awakening Valkyrie ended up popping his heal, and now with 1 minute left, no one dead just yet. This might end up going down to an HP match, which actually gives Requiem a better chance at winning this out if this Awakening Witch can survive, which so far Demon McQueen has been struggling with. Landrak still with a V available. Busa over on the backside is going to go for a ghost dash, try to go for immediately for a grab over on Landrak just before that impaling flash came out, which is a little bit too late, down to 10%. He's taking a lot of chip damage. The Lightning Prison, and this man with the Deadeye, he just took so much chip. Great timings from them, and now Requiem has a chance to turn this around. Ansujin down to 10%. Despairbar on the Valkyrie caught and forced out to V. It's a 2v3. There is 2 Vs gone from Requiem's side, but this damage is just so high. A Sage, a Deadeye, and a Witch on top of you. What can you do?
It looks like Requiem. Hey, bringing it back. Hey, let's see if they can bring back the complete reverse sweep. But very strong showing that round. All right, here we are at the gate. Things are going to start off here in a bit, ladies and gentlemen. But what do we think, chat? Does Requiem have a chance to bring this back, or is JoGriiiiiim going to secure the win here going into the fourth round, sorry. I forgot we still have JoGriiiiiim with 2 points over Requiem because that restart earlier not showing. But it looks like things are going to start out. There was a little bit of VSR feed there at the start of the gate, but yep, Busa just holding that patio line, and here we are.
Can they get a reverse sweep going? Landrak and Paley Flash going to be trying to connect over on Busa, but he did not get a connection. No, Busa, he did get caught. It looks like it was a CC coming out from the Deadeye potentially. Caught in the middle, forced to V fast. He just immediately pressed it. He did not want to risk any of that damage coming in. That is one thing about this comp. Even if you get stunned, even if it's only a stiff, even if it's going to be a KD under the Witch, the damage in this matchup is just so high between the two teams. You're going to be forced to instantly V. Awakening Witch, Demon McQueen is going to be forced out. Immediately TP's out over to the side. Busa's going to be playing that midfield, trying to get a little bit of spacing and pressure where he can, but Despairbar got caught on the middle as well. Off camera, looks like he got CC'd, forced to V. Landrak potentially with a grab connection is normal. Connect over on Busa, but he did not get a connection. No, Busa, he did get caught. It looks like it was a CC coming out from the Deadeye potentially. Caught in the middle, forced to V fast. He just immediately pressed it. He did not want to risk any of that damage coming in. That is one thing about this comp. Even if you get stunned, even if it's only a stiff, even if it's going to be a KD under the Witch, the damage in this matchup is just so high between the two teams. You're going to be forced to instantly V. Awakening Witch, Demon McQueen is going to be forced out. Immediately TP's out over to the side. Busa's going to be playing that midfield, trying to get a little bit of spacing and pressure where he can, but Despairbar got caught on the middle as well. Off camera, looks like he got CC'd, forced to V. Landrak potentially with a grab connection. Is normally pretty hard to catch out a Valkyrie without going for a grab, as they do have that full Q block to sit inside of, but if they do commit to too many iframes simply as they're using their evasion iframe, there is a gap. So potentially it could have ended up being Alexander or Demon McQueen, maybe a Voltaic connecting. We'll have to see. 2V's gone. Busa down to 50. We saw he died standing in the last round. He's going to be dropping that Jurassic in the middle. He needs to be careful while going into his pre-awakening or potentially not having his Ghost Step block chip available. He's going to be going beheading. No, that is the last skill you want to use. Busa, the nerves making kicking in. That is definitely not the skill you want to press in that scenario. Alexander taking full advantage. Got the max pain. Got the stun. Busa's out of the game. We're down to a 2v3. And Landrak's going to hit the grab. The Seraphs hit to the deck. Forced to V out. Despairbar and Ansujin. What can they pull back? Is this going to be the reverse sweep? Sitting inside of that Lightning Prison. His block is almost broken. Coming in. Voltaic. Despairbar, you got to get out. Ansujin's already dead. He tries to go for the SR. It's going to be a connection, but it's all in vain. We're going. It's a 2-2. It's a match point.
Reverse sweep? Question mark? Yo, Requiem coming through the gate strong, and you know, it looks like they're playing together very well compared to before. Before it felt like they were getting picked off by Busa the first 2 matches and being spread apart, but this time they just have a strong showing. They're doing a good job playing together. They're doing a good job not out-kiting away from the main team. And yeah, now we're up to a game 5.
You know, this is the thing. When you end up having these long pauses like this, what could happen is that Requiem just ends up either like, well, we lost the round. If it's all back-to-back, you get caught off guard, but they've had time to relax. They've had time to get their bearings back together.
Yeah, the DCs definitely did not help.
And they're going to pull it back as a result. This is actually helping them out. And Busa, no connection this time around. He didn't end up having to be the last round. He did end up dying first these last 2 rounds. This is the thing. Awakening Ninja, despite being such a strong class, is also high risk, high reward. You have so much potential to just end up dying fast. You're still really squishy. You definitely have micro gaps that can be abused. And he has to be careful. Blockchain is going to be coming out of the Jurassic Guard. Alexander going to be coming down with the rockets, trying to get a little bit of chip damage if we can. Landjock getting a grab on the Despair Bro. The Valkyrie force out to B. Great grab timing coming out from him. And we can see CC's chasing out in the middle. And Jinjo is going to be dropping that Bone Crusher over onto Landjock, but there is no CC attached. And it's going to be a Lightning Prism challenging him. Busa chip down to 50. He's playing in the middle of this clump. The Witch, as he's trying to chase down, is just doing so much chip damage to him. And Busa's down to 20. He's taking so much chip. He has to be forced to be standing. He got scared. He didn't want to risk it despite having his E-buff available. Decides to play it safe. Antigen's going to be the first one engaged right here, coming in with that airstrike, immediately following up into the spin. Landjock solo caught, actually. He greeted too hard, trying to 1v2 out the Valk and the Ninja, and he got forced to V. So now we're in an even V situation. Although from this point, I would say, with the way I've been seeing Busa play so far, I'm scared that he might just end up getting caught and die standing. Max Payne, Antigen, Kane, the deadline with a solo catch. Despair Bro could have been, he got caught! No, the follow-up was too late. That could have been it. They caught Despair Bro on the side. Busa trying to be pressuring out. Landjock right there. Went for a CQ slash, no connection. Antigen's on the ground. The Valk's down! The Seraph is down. They're both 1 HP. They're trying to kite out and get a reset. Can they survive? I think they barely stood up from 1%. Stacking on top of each other. Despair Bro's trying to peel him out or go for the Q-box. We get Boost to the Voltaic! Oh my god, Demon McQueen with a connection! It's a 2v3! It's a reverse sweep, potentially! Can they pull this back from the 2v3? They have to get a grab. They have to connect something onto this, either this Witch or this Deadeye. Kiting away, Alexander. Holding it. There's a Lightning Prison. Goes in, Impaling Flash. Doesn't manage to connect. Comes down, Divine Executioner. Sits in the middle behind the pillar. Antigen sitting in that Bone Crusher. He's going for a little bit of chip. Despair Bro. It's the first of many. It's the second one in the comp, and it's only Antigen left. The Seraph the fall. Requiem with a reverse sweep.
Wow. What an
3-2.
upset. We both voted for JoGriiiiiim.
I can't believe that happened. That is so rare for a reverse sweep to happen.
I wonder if that happened because of the disconnections, giving Requiem time to really think about how they wanted to approach the fight. Because it was a pretty long time until we had that match come back. But
you know, that's tournament nerves kicking in, and prep time like that does help you get rid of those nerves.
It really does, because those first 2 rounds we watched that Busa was coming out strong and had really good catches on the DV McQueen, but as the matches started going on and on and on, it seemed very hard for them to even catch the Awakening Witch, and they started getting picked apart, getting hit by a Voltaic and Gore Roll from the Witch, and getting picked or chipped down by the Deadeye as well. So that is going to be Requiem being the winner of that outcome, but wow, I really thought it was going to be JoGriiiiim.
Exciting matchup.
Let's go ahead and check out those brackets, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. Requiem is going up to semifinals. That's going to be PvP versus Body Slamming. Requiem is then going to face off either against FOMO or CPU.